Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's episode. For this week's episode, I want to invite you to an incredible opportunity to travel with me to Africa in the country of Namibia on a photo safari. So during this week's episode, I'm going to give you all the deets, and I can't wait for you to join me in Africa. So stay tuned to this episode. Hey everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode. So, we are going to be talking about my upcoming trip to Namibia, and I want to invite you to join me on this incredible journey. I did this trip back in 2022, and we had such an amazing time that I wanted to come back and do it again. This trip is limited to only 4 participants, so it's a very, very small trip. And I do this on purpose so that everybody gets a window seat and gives you lots of space inside the vehicle. The trip is September 11th through the 26th of 2025. So it's about 2 weeks. And I'm going to go through the itinerary. It is a fundraiser for the Cheetah Conservation Fund, which is a location we will stop and visit during the trip. And so a portion of your cost to be part of this incredible opportunity will go directly to the Cheetah Conservation Fund. So just as a little bit of an overview, this is where we're going to be going here in Namibia. And the little bit about it is Namibia is packed with photographic potential. The oldest desert in the world, the Namib, dominates the country's landscape. And we take time to capture images in the country's landscape of the surrounding safari areas with exquisite flora, towering red dunes, bush country, and fascinating geological formations. We'll visit the National Park Etosha, where the big five live. That's elephants, rhinos, buffaloes, lions, and leopards, as well as giraffes, zebras, wildebeest, antelope, and so many more. And we will also visit the Cheetah Conservation Fund to see the work they're doing, also see their ambassador cheetahs, and AfriCat Foundation, which is got a quite a bit of leopards on their property as well. Let's talk about the itinerary. We're going to be departing the US on September 11th, if that's where you're coming from, the US, and arriving in Johannesburg on September 12th. That's in South Africa. We're going to be doing an overnight at the airport, and then on the 13th, traveling to Namibia via airplane, and arriving into the capital of Namibia, which is Windhoek. Windhoek reflects a blend of African and European influences and will be transferred over to a hotel so that you can acclimate to the new time frame. You'll also meet our naturalist, and we'll just get a nice relaxing dinner before heading on our way into our next location. On September 14th, we'll head to Sossusvlei. This is where the Namib Desert is, and we will spend a little bit of time driving there, stop a few times along the way, and end up at this absolutely beautiful hotel in the desert. On the 15th, we will go visit the Namib Desert. This is the big giant sand dunes that it is famous for. And we will have a picnic breakfast along the shade and hopefully see some fun things that you might find in the desert, like oryx or jackal. And we will walk over to the really neat dead trees that you see there. They are part of a World Heritage Site and definitely a site you don't want to miss. On the 16th, we will head to Swakopmund, which is on the coast. This is a really neat location. It's a German town. There's a few little galleries and museums that we can stop in and along the way. And we will spend 2 nights there, and this will give us the opportunity to do either optional visit to the living desert, or you can take go out onto the water and see some of the marine mammals that live there, including the Cape fur seals. After that, we'll head to Etosha. Etosha is the national park that has the Big Five. And this is quite a long journey. So we'll spend most of the day traveling. We might run into some desert adapted elephants, which are very special to that area. We'll then spend a couple days in Etosha looking for the Big Five. That is elephants, rhinos, Cape buffaloes, lions, and leopards, as well as giraffes and zebras, wildebeests, and of course, other things like cheetahs. So we'll spend a few days doing that before heading to Ochirango, which is where the Cheetah Conservation Fund is. This is an area that is a conservation center. We'll see some of the ambassador cheetahs that live there and learn a lot about what the Cheetah Conservation Fund does for the local wildlife and how they protect cheetahs in the wild. After that, we will head to the Africat Wildlife Sanctuary. This is an area that has leopards and cheetahs as well, and we'll also learn about the work that they do. And we'll spend 2 days there before heading back to the capital for our transfer home, and then arriving back on the 26th. So what's included? Well, all of the activities that were mentioned in the itinerary are included. That also includes a full-time guide that's a local guide, as well as me, your photography guide. So any photographic needs you may have, I can help you with that. It'll also include private transportation and driver for the duration of the program, any transfers to and from the airport, all the meals, and beverages that are non-alcoholic. So anything alcoholic would be an additional cost. We don't include travel insurance, but we do recommend it. Your international flight will be on your own, but we can assist you in booking that. Any items of a personal nature. So if you want to buy any souvenirs, things like that. There's only 4 people on this trip and me. So I'm number 5 as your photo guide, and our driver will be number 6. So there'll be 6 of us total, a naturalist, a photo guide, and then 4 participants. So a really good ratio there. There is a $500 deposit, and we are making that deadline on March 1st. So it is about 2 weeks out before this is, you have to make a decision. And because there's only 4 people, you want to make sure that you are trying to save that spot as soon as possible. And then the final payment will be due April 29th. So the cost is $14,350. That does include the donation that goes towards the Cheetah Conservation Fund. So that is a really good way of being able to participate in a really awesome travel opportunity and donate to a good cause. All right, so now that you know a little bit of what to expect, I'm just going to share a blog that I wrote when I did this trip last time. We had 4 participants on that trip as well. And here's just a little bit about this. I'll include this blog in the description so that you can find it. But here is my group here. We've got all ladies. Doesn't have to be all ladies on this trip. It's just always fun when we're all having a good time together. And just a few shots of us, group shots at the lodges and our trip, our safari vehicle. And then a few pictures of the lodges here, the tree that we found at our sundowner. So sundowners are when you go out and watch the sunset with some wine, some snacks. We found some beautiful animals. This is in Silsa's Place. So the beautiful Dead Valley tree, the oryx. And then I loved this jackal we saw into the dunes. This is over in Swakopmund, the Skeleton Coast. So you get some of these shipwrecks and the fur seals. And of course, over into Etosha to see the hornbills and the elephants, the giraffes, and the zebras. Over at the Cheetah Conservation Fund, we saw, of course, cheetahs and got to watch them feed them and exercise them. And then lastly, of course, our lion cub encounter was so much fun. A couple of shots of my fellow travelers. It was an incredible experience, and I'm gonna share here at the end just some pictures from the last trip, some video I got, and I just want to invite you to join us, and I hope you will consider having an awesome opportunity to travel to Namibia with us in September. All right. Well, thanks for checking out this itinerary. I hope you'll join us, enjoy these pictures and videos. And of course, as always, like, subscribe to this video. Ask any questions you'd like in the chat. I will definitely be responding to any questions. And then there is a link in here to view this itinerary. Again, March 1st is the deadline to select it unless it sells out before that. So don't miss out on your chance for this incredible opportunity. And we'll catch you next time.